We received a call that there was a complaint from a woman down at the polls that she was being not permitted to vote, so we came down to check out the situation. Can you please tell us what occurred when you came down here to vote at this polling place?
All right, I've been voting here for 9 years, and I've been politically active since 1965. I came down to vote, and they immediately asked me to show them my pamphlet. And I said, well, why do you need my pamphlet? I said, I'm going to give you my name. And they said, we need to see your pamphlet. And I said, I've been voting here for 9 years. And I said, no one's ever asked me for any ID. No one's ever asked me for my pamphlet. I said, my pamphlet says nothing. It's just my name, and I can give you my name. And he says, we need to see your pamphlet. I said, why? And so he says, I'm not going to deal with you, go to the next person. So I went to the next person, that was a lady. And they both became obnoxious. And I told them that I was more than happy to give them my name and address. I listened to talk radio, meaning KPFK and KTLK, I think it is. And I mean, I know about politics. And I know I don't have to do that. And it's only for, I think, a first-time voter. And so they told me to get out of line. And I said, I'm not going to get out of line. I came here to vote, and everything is perfectly valid. They didn't even ask me for my driver's license. And everybody that comes through here, they ask for a pamphlet, and they ask for a driver's license, or a driver's license, one or the other. I've seen it. And so anyway, both of them, refused to help me, and they told people, get ahead of her. We're not going to deal with her. And so they eventually told people that I thought I was better than they are, and that I think I have more power than they do. Oh, what else did they say? They just told me I was trouble.
Excuse me, now these were poll workers?
Poll workers, yes, poll workers. In fact, the election protection came down, and they even got indignant with those two. And so someone else intervened. There were two supervisors before I called election protection who tried to tell them they needed to wait on me, but they refused to do it. And I knew you didn't have to show your driver's license or your pamphlet. And there's nothing on my pamphlet. One guy said, well, we have to know if it says recreation center or the lobby. Well, I left that bit of information at home. I didn't bring my not my provisional ballot, but I didn't bring my, what do you call it when
it's just your
my
pamphlet.
Other ballot that they send in.
My question is, do you think that there were some people that they made the same request of that were unable to vote due to not having that pamphlet with them?
I think there probably was, because that's one of the concerns of the political watch group. They said they will tell you just about anything, and people get discouraged and they walk away. And I told the gentleman, I said, people with less education, meaning if you're not politically astute, it has nothing to do with academics, you will walk away. And for them to refuse me. And so when the election protection team came, they did the same thing with them, told them they weren't going to deal with me. And there was another voter there, and he said, you can't just tell a voter that you're not going to deal with them. You can't do that. But they passed me on to the supervisor. So another supervisor came up, and he looked up my name. My name is right there on the second or third page. So I don't know why they were like that.
So do you think that perhaps something needs to be communicated to those particular poll workers about what is and is not needed from the voter?
Yeah, the first thing they need to communicate to those two poll workers is to say, you're fired. You're fired. I saw them be indignant to other people, not just me, but mine just went a little bit further.